lost my true love to the Pacific Coast County. He was driving down a highway where the cliff meets the sea. Gonna bury his body by an old sycamore tree. His soul has gone to meet the Almighty. I'll pick wild flowers for his grave, homeward bound through the Central Freeway. Now the golden gate of heaven is his final pathway. I had lost him to the city by the bay. The stars shone like bright diamonds on the clear autumn night, but in the valley below a fog blocked the traffic light. When my love turned the corner, the stop sign was out of sight. He didn't see the truck as it swerved to the right. I'll pick wild flowers for his grave, homeward bound through the Central Freeway. Now the golden gate of heaven is his final pathway. I had lost him to the city by the bay. Northern California crash printed up in the news. A weather-related accident, no one to accuse. Both drivers were declared dead by the emergency crews. At their funerals, those crowds filled the chapel pews. I'll pick wild flowers for his grave, homeward bound through the Central Freeway. Now the golden gate of heaven is his final pathway. I had lost him to the city by the bay. I had lost him to the city by the bay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful song. That was Lauren Jane. And my name is Toby Tobias. And this is my very good friend, Mr. Richard Parr, as our co-host. Hi, Rich.
Hi, everyone. Love that song from Lauren.
Beautiful song. Lauren Jane is a constant contributor to our open mics on Long Island. What a really talented songwriter, really gifted musician. It's a real pleasure to hear her sing. She is an honest and heartrending songwriter. Her music is filled with country building foundations from contemporary folk music, a sound that is acoustic, based with strong storytelling elements. Her music is influenced with meaningful lyrics that capture emotions and experiences. Recognized for her distinct voice and poetic words, she has a remarkable gift for songwriting, and I'll certainly agree with that. What a real pleasure. What a great song, Lauren. We really loved hearing that.
That was awesome. Yeah.
We hold this open mic to showcase acoustic musicians, not only from Long Island, but from all over the world. We've got an array of musicians coming up in the forthcoming weeks who I think everyone will really be excited to hear about. But for the time being, we would like to let everybody know that this show is an outcrop of the North Shore Original Open Mic, which we host, or which Rich Parr hosts every single Wednesday evening. You can find out more information about it on our Facebook group page. Just type in "We Love Noom" or the North Shore Original Open Mic. Any open mic, original songs, original songwriters who would like to perform, and we would love to hear your songs, because that's where it's all at in our life. Original songs, just coming out and performing your song. So let's hear your music. But I'd like to bring up a good friend of ours and a great songwriter who I met maybe, must be about 10, 15 years ago, down on the South Shore. Just remember her at Jesse's Roadhouse, getting up behind the microphone and belting out her really beautiful songs, heartfelt songs, and close to the bone, I would say. Liz Smith, I'm told, has been writing and performing songs since 1968. She played in an all-girls band in her grammar school Battle of the Bands. She tells us that the nuns liked it. They came in second place. We played some Yardbirds, baby. And that is really how I love Liz's music. I can also see that she played in coffee houses in the city with college friends in the 1970s. She also learned to Travis pick when Cecilia Kirtland, a great songwriter, also a friend of Noom, was her guitar teacher at the Guitar Workshop in the 1970s. But we've come a long way, baby, and it's always a pleasure to hear Liz's song. So take a listen to Liz's song, Liz Smith playing Ride You. Thanks so much.
Become amused at the lifestyle you've chosen, and I'm so confused. I'd like to tell you, baby, what I'm thinking of, but you're turned off to words of love. You sit on the couch, you don't hold in your pouch. You watch TV and you ignore me. I could ride you like a wave. You'll spray me like the sea. Ride you like a wave. Feel your love inside of me. We're in a rut, my dear, and year after year you're always slurping beer, refusing to hear or speak to me about your day, or when you're gonna get a raise in pay. I wanna go out, but you sit and pout. I need a vacation, you don't want recreation. I could ride you like the wind, like a sailboat on the sea. Ride you like the wind. Feel your love blow over me. I don't wanna leave you, baby, I don't wanna say goodbye. Remember why I loved you, remember why. But you eat like a dog and you burp like a frog. Sit on the couch like a bump on a log. You drink all day watching the athletes play, but they get paid and they get laid. I could ride you like a storm on a thundercloud, you see. Ride you like a storm. Feel your love rain down on me.
cool song, Liz. That was Liz Smith, a song of hers called Ride You. And next time you got to tell us, Liz, how you managed to get Carlos Santana to come and play lead for you. Really cool song. Loved it. And just, it's not lost on me that Rich and I are both two bald-headed immigrants here.
Tell it like it is, Toby.
on this beautiful Monday evening, but bringing original songs to all who are interested in listening, and to showcasing some of Long Island's, New York's best songwriters. And talking about that, Rich, I'd like to bring up our next songwriter, who I've known for many, many years on the in the Long Island music scene, and that is our good friend Steve Robinson. Steve is just a remarkable blues player. He was the Long Island Blues Society's 2008 representative at the International Blues Challenge in Memphis, a native Long Islander. He has been a carpenter among his many attributes. He's a high school English teacher, computer tech, commercial shell fisherman, a truck driver, landscape crew foreman, you name it, an air traffic controller. As his wife Ellen puts it, life has not been dull with Steve. But what he is now is one hell of a songwriter. And we'd like to play a song by Steve. It's my pleasure to play by Steve Robinson, Old John. Take a listen.
Johnny's up and gone, headed for the hills. There's a 44 slug in a pool of blood near the man that old John killed. Vicar Lee's dead as he can be, lying on the floor. You knew his time had come when you saw old John standing in the door. You cried, John, John, don't you take my life, lay that pistol down. John just stood there cold as ice, never made a sound. But he raised that pistol, shot it straight and true. Vicar Lee fell to his knees, cried, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Now Johnny had a woman, her name was Sarah Stone. She'd been seen around with Vicar Lee. She cursed John to his bones. Sheriff called for a posse. We're bringing old John in. He's killed Vicar Lee, dead as he can be. Got to answer for his sin. But John had a reputation with a pistol and a knife. Not one man raised his hand. He'd surely take our lives. But the sheriff took a double eagle, raised it up on high. I'll put it in the hands of the man who takes him, dead or alive. John ran 3 days and nights, boys, up those hills and down, with a posse right behind him, like a fox against the hounds. Twice they had him cornered, so the story goes. Every time the date closed in, he vanished like a ghost. It was down by Jenkins' Corner they finally brought old John to rest. He had a 44 pistol in his hand, 10 bullets in his chest. Well, it took a posse to bring him down, a dozen men or so. The people say to this
That's great stuff from Steve there. Love the way that man plays guitar, and awesome song.
Definitely, and it's quite funny hearing him hearing it as an MP3, because that's exactly the way he plays it at performing. Everyone rocking along with him, and it's just a really perfect it's the perfect performance by Steve Robinson. What a great song. Rich, we were talking earlier on a little bit about being immigrants in this country.
Yep.
I just had this vision about an immigrant arriving at JFK and going to the customs officer, and that there's a lot of slang here in America that over the years you and I have gotten used to, but there are many pieces of slang that I've it's taken me a while to get used to, but the two of which I have only recently started to understand. And I'm just thinking, can you imagine coming into this country and being subjected to the following two statements? The one is, I'll do a number on you. Can you imagine told I'll do a number on you? I mean, what does that mean? You'll do a number on me. So that was one that I've always found quite interesting. And the other was being thrown under the bus. A person just arriving in New York and being told that he's going to be thrown under the bus, he would turn around quite quickly and go the other way. I would imagine going back.
I would imagine so.
I think that's the way to dissuade immigrants coming into this country, by telling them that they'll be thrown under the bus. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue with the music. I'd like to bring up a good friend of mine, a fantastic songwriter, and who has a dynamic show. I have had the chance to perform with Valerie Rose on a number of occasions. She's an awesome singer, a great performer, excellent songwriter. We've had some great times together performing outdoors in various locations, and it's always a pleasure to have her music be showcased on these types of shows. As a singing keytarist, that's K-E-Y, keytarist, she's got this high energy show featuring cover and original music. She's been televised, featured on New York's News 12 concert series, in festivals, the Hampton Classic Equestrian Show, and she's had stints at the Allegria Hotel in Long Beach and in New York, and the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa, Florida. Her genre is similarly alternative style bands like Blondie, Alanis Morissette, and a little Foo Fighters, some heavy, some lighter. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a listen to Valerie Rose playing Another One Down.
It's not under control. There's no telling when it will all be over. There's no blood on my hands, but I feel just as responsible. Have we digressed as a race so much that we can't tolerate each other? Does anyone really feel free? Does anyone
Awesome, Val. Valerie Rose. What a beautiful song. It's all about, as if you hadn't noticed, it's about gun violence and such a heartfelt song. What a beautiful song, Val. I have heard that song on many occasions, but really touched to hear it now. Very sensitive, beautiful song.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing performance.
Just want to let everybody know that after our next songwriter, we have the amazing Garen Benfield, who's going to be our guest tonight, our featured guest. So stick around. It's going to be awesome to hear his songs and to hear a little bit about his life, his musical journey. But before we get Garen on, I'd like to introduce to you a good friend of the North Shore Original Open Mic. I'm talking about Alan Mandel. Alan is a really cool songwriter with some excellent songs. Comes all the way from the South Shore, often coming up to the open mic at Finley's and to all the places where the North Shore Original Open Mic has had venues. Passionately writing songs since he was a young kid, Alan wrote for up-and-coming acts in pop, R&B, and rock genres. In more recent years, his target has been in writing and producing songs for himself that tell stories of his perspective on his life and those in his orbit. He is currently working on a children's musical based on a new tale. You can reach out to him via Facebook at AM Music or on SoundCloud at Alan Mandel at AMM Music. Take a listen to Alan's song. It's called The Calm That Means the Storm. Alan Mandel, take a listen.
At the baseball fields, nobody in the park. Every sign of a life concealed in the lights of the dark. Wouldn't nature play jokes or some elaborate hoax in the calm? That means the storm with the calm. That means the storm. No souls in the restaurants that line the street. I go to my favorite haunts, but no friends to meet. All the windows are closed and the shades are drawn in the calm. That means the storm in the calm. That means the storm. Better find a place to hide, safe to dawn. Shelter yourself inside, worried you forewarned. No crowds at the stadium, cheering for the shows. No train's gonna take you there, so how are you gonna go? Just fold up them sidewalks and roll up them lawns in the calm. That means the storm, the calm. That means the storm.
Cool song, Alan.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
atmospheric. Yeah, awesome song. Thanks, Alan.
Alan Mandel, thank you so much, mate. I'd like to give you some background to our guest, Garen Benfield. We're going to bring him in a couple of minutes, but there are two things that I want to just mention about Garen. When I was taking a look at his bio on his website, which is garrin.com, GARRIN.com. One thing that struck me immediately was the following sentence, and it says here, Garen has been touring nationally for 10 years and has played many of North America's best music venues. Some of those include the Fillmore in San Francisco, Terrapin Crossroads in San Rafael, the Great American Music Hall in San Francisco, the Mountain Winery in Saratoga, and a whole slew of fantastic venues out on the West Coast. Take a listen to this on the East Coast. Carnegie Hall, the Brooklyn Bowl, Joe's Pub, the Living Room, the Bitter End, Sullivan Hall, Rockwood Music Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a real pleasure to introduce to you a really good friend of mine from quite a while ago, and I'm so pleased to showcase his music tonight and have him be a guest on our show. Please welcome Garen Benfield. Garen?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
man.
Welcome.
Great to see you. Excellent. So nice to have you here tonight. And you know, we were talking earlier on about how we actually met. And it must have been, as I say, about 7 years ago when we first started the North Shore Original Open Mic. We started at a coffee shop in Northport, and you came out to play there. And the person who introduced us was none other than your and my good friend, Mr. Ray Houck.
There we go. Okay. Yes.
I don't know if it brings back memories, and I hope Ray's watching tonight, because that's the beauty about the music business and how we connect with each other, and we don't even remember how we connect, but in some manner or form, the connection is made, and it's a real pleasure being with you tonight, hearing your music and being with you tonight. But just to get things started, Garen, just to kind of I've always been a follower of your music, and I really love the way you perform. You're a great inspiration to me. I should let you know. But to bring us back a little bit and tell us a little bit about your songwriting career. How did it start? Who were your main influences? We'd obviously like to get to some of your music, but tell us a little bit about your start in music.
Well, first, let me start by saying I had forgotten that was the connective tissue between us. And that is very cool. And I have a great memory of that night. In fact, all the nights that you invited me to play were really fun. But that night in particular, what was the name of that venue? The cafe?
The venue was called...
This is the small coffee house, right?
The small coffee house was called the Portofino, but then you played at the Italian restaurant just down the road as well.
Okay, but the one where Ray showed up was the small little tiny place, and he actually got up and played percussion on a song, and that was very cool. Yep.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. So my first real hit with music was definitely the Beatles. And I grew up at that time it was the early 80s, and so none of my peers were listening to the Beatles, but I was the youngest of 9 kids. So I got a lot of music got transferred to me from my older siblings. So I just remember laying on my sister's floor, listening to the Beatles, and just feeling that rush. That it's almost like a drug thing, in that you want to go back to how good it was the very first time, and so you sort of chase that. But that's how good it was for me at the very beginning, So and so a lot of my early formative musical influence was stuff that was a little bit out of step with people my age, So I was into the Beatles and Crosby, Stills and Nash and the Grateful Dead and Dylan and
Uh,
A lot of 1960s, 70s folk rock kind of stuff is what I heard growing up. You know,
well, talk to me a little bit about your influences, your influence of the Grateful Dead. I know that their influence, and maybe Jerry Garcia more so than the other members, really influenced and has influenced your music going forward. When did that start? I mean, you know, because your the way you play that time, even the style of music that you play is so reminiscent of that music.
mm-hmm. It's funny you say maybe Jerry more than the other members, because in a way, when I do the looping, they're always in the background a little bit, all of them individually. So as instrumentalists. So when I'm setting up those layers with the loops, a lot of times I am thinking about their sensibility. What would the bass be doing in a jam? You know, so that even as individual idiosyncratic musicians, they are all important to me. But also, you know, they just have great songs. And it's something that a lot of people overlook when they're sort of clouded by the media's portrayal of them as whatever, you know, hippie dippy BS or something, you know, but they're great musicians and the songs are great. So anyway, that was also part of my, you know, I heard that growing up. And then, yeah, so it's in the mix. It's not everything, but it's a big part of where I came from, you know?
Sure. And would you just like to tell our audience a little bit about your shows on a Sunday night, which are absolutely so well produced, and the sound is fantastic? These stream shows from your basement. Would you want to just let everybody know a little bit more about that?
Sure. Thank you for saying that, by the way.
Of course.
And I'm doing a little branding here because this is the background that I use for the show. But it's most Sundays, probably 3 Sundays a month. And I usually figure out the schedule towards the end of the previous month. So it's just on my Facebook page. And it's been really fun. I've been sort of challenging myself to not repeat songs. So I've done 26 shows now. Not without repeats, but I'm putting a lot of energy into diversifying the set list every time, you know, so there's repeat, so people will come back, you know, because if they think you're doing the same show every week, they're not going to come, right? So
yes.
So it's challenged me to learn a lot of new cover material and keep that skill set going, you know, learning new songs and also writing new songs. So, you know, it's easier to learn new covers than it is to pump out new originals every week, you know. But I'm trying to do a new song of mine every week, and sometimes it's not in full form, you know. But yeah,
you know, when I listen to your looping, I often think that it might be a good idea to teach people how you do it and how you set your rig up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about that? I mean, if you do, I would be the first in line to take some lessons, by the way.
I've done it like when it comes up impromptu at like a smaller house concert show or something like that, and someone will say, sometimes I'll notice incredulity. There'll be people in the crowd that are like, what is this canned, you know, stuff, and I'll stop and explain what I'm doing. And then other times someone might just, if it's a small enough, intimate enough audience, they'll ask. And I'm always happy to do it. It's fun, actually, to actually challenge your mind to go, okay, how would I explain exactly what I'm doing in a way that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of people who would be really interested to hear what you're doing. And we're going to shortly play a song of yours from Northport, from one of the venues and events that I created many years ago, and that I was very honored for you to play at. But Rich, is there time for one more question before we bring in, or do you think we should? Any interesting songwriters that you're listening to that you want to just let us know, let our audience know who you're listening to, who you're influenced by, who you think we should listen to? Anyone of interest?
Well, I mean, in terms of who can sit down with an acoustic, you mentioned Carnegie Hall, and actually Ryan Adams has a record from Carnegie Hall where he is completely solo.
Wow.
And I reference that in my mind a lot of times when I think about that art, because I mean, I do a lot of signal processing and stuff like that. But in terms of sitting down in front of an audience and just delivering as a solo performer in that kind of cavernous space, I mean, you know, he's well known, but I would, you know, I reference him for that. Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then another New York-based person who's also very well established, but that I like a lot, that just comes to mind, is Joseph Arthur, who's another New York City-based songwriter, guitar player who also does some looping. And so,
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we could talk to you for many, many hours, and I hopefully we'll have you back one day on our show. But please take a listen to one of a live copy of Garen Benfield's songs out in Northport. And what's the name of the song again?
This is called Colors in You, and it was actually, the lyrics are a co-write with someone named Deanna Walker. It's one of the only co-writes outside of my husband who we've written together. But in the outside world, this is one of the only ones I've ever done. So, yeah. Yep.
It's been a pleasure talking to you tonight, Garen. Thank you so much for coming on to
Thanks,
Noom.
Garen.
Yeah,
Really
thank you both. Thank you.
appreciate it. Now, we'll speak to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
This is called The Colors in You. Untethered white and forget-me-not sky. You're shocking in pink, you're tender in rose. I wish I could drink your infinite gold. I wish I could play, then I'd recreate the colors in you. Frida in black, you taught me to see, and then you never looked back. You gave me wild eyes, and you opened them too. The colors in you. You said I was your muse, you said I was the one. You said when I loved you, I showed you the sun. Well, now you're left without light, so what are you gonna do without sun? Long for your green and cold rainy day, and roddenberry and introvert blue. The colors in you, in you.
Oh, what a great track.
What a beautiful track. So nice. But just a pleasure to listen to his music and to watch him play. What a great musician. Garen Benfield, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Want to just take this moment to thank Rich Parr for putting all this together. It's a great, he's a wonderful host, a co-host with me, and I really appreciate all that he does for Noom Radio and for the North Shore Original Mic and for acoustic musicians on Long Island generally. Thanks so much, Rich.
Thanks, Toby, and much the same to you. Thank you for
so
having the
much.
idea for this thing in the first place. And
I hope everybody out there is enjoying it as much as we are, Rich. Thanks,
Absolutely.
everybody, for all your support and for all the songwriters who send in music. We've got a lot of songwriters who are interested in having their music be played on this show. So keep on sending, and we'll keep on playing. How about that? Pete Mancini. Pete Mancini got his start as the frontman and songwriter of Butcher's Blind, a great band who I was introduced by another Long Island songwriter named Doug Kortler. But he introduced me to Butcher's Blind, a critically acclaimed rock band from New York City. His debut solo album, Foothill Freeway, explored the Americana influences that were a hallmark of his work with his former band. In 2018, he released a live EP, Alive in Patchogue. His second full-length album, Flying First Class, was released in 2019. Pete's songs have received glowing reviews and radio airplay around the world, and they continue to win over hearts and minds wherever they are heard. Over the years, Mancini has opened for acts such as Blues Traveler, Gin Blossoms, Pure Prairie League, Robbie Fulks, James Maddock, Steve Forbett, Amy Helm, Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams, Jesse Dayton, Kevin Gordon, and Ian Matthews. Take a listen to Pete Mancini's song. I understand that it's a pretty new one, and I really love this song, Pete. It's called Back in Bakersfield. Pete Mancini.
Soaking down suburban streets, initials carved in wet concrete, fossilized remains of young and carefree days. I'm back in Bakersfield. Drove a John Deere through the fields of Kern County. That dear John letter followed me. If I bought the farm today, I'd have nothing to give away. I'm back in Bakersfield. Bakersfield, the place where I was born and raised, the place I swore I'd never stay. Here I am again. I left the city, work the land after the war. I had planned on doing more. Here I am again, on the street again. My heart grew hard inside of me, like the army kits attached to those Humvees. I drove them through the sand with my rifle close at hand, defending Bakersfield. Bakersfield, the place where I was born and raised, place I swore I'd never stay. But here I am again. I left the city to go and fight a rich man's war. I came home expecting more. Here I am again, on the the street again. Soaking down suburban streets, sleeping out on the hard concrete. Trembling remains of frightened foxhole days. I'm back in Bakersfield. I'm back in Bakersfield. I'm back in Bakersfield.
Beautiful song, man.
Oh yeah, I love everything about that. That's just a great song, great sound, great performance, and yeah, love it.
Cool. I knew that was up your alley, Rich Bob.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
it's a really well worked out song. Excellent. Thanks a lot, Pete. Beautiful. Next, we have a long time, I would call it a long time contributor to the North Shore Original Open Mic. I truly love hearing her songs whenever she performs on a Wednesday evening. So take a listen to Mom, as she goes by, Marilyn Pardo. She's a writer, producer, and vocalist of varying styles of music, from pop, rock, trance to country crossover, choir arrangements, and children's music. She's currently working on her third album. Her music can be heard on YouTube, digital media, and Mom's Music. That's MOHMS music.com. So take a listen to Mom, also known as Marilyn Pardo, or vice versa.
Mama, can you see me? Do you know who I am? Photos of a summer night, you holding my hand. Shadows rocking on the wall with a hint of who you were. And I am running circles around them to catch them if they fall. Rock-a-bye, my baby. Rock-a-bye, my baby. Sitting with a stranger like someone who knows you well. Stories that have long since left, as far as I can tell. Like the keeper of a garden gate, I will open up for you, and you'll remember who I am and who I am to you. I will be the keeper of the thoughts you left behind. When your eyes can't see them clear, you'll see your life through mine. In the depth of love you hold me still, I can see it in your eyes. I will be the keeper of you, forever link through time, your eyes through mine. Rock-a-bye, my baby. Rock-a-bye, my baby. Your eyes through mine. Rock-a-bye, my baby. Rock-a-bye, my baby. Where did you go? I'm holding on to things that only you and I know. Please say my name, it's still the same. be the keeper of you. Forever link through time, you rise through mine. Rock-a-bye, my baby. 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 Mama, can you see me? Do you know who I am?
Beautiful song.
What a great track. Yeah. I always,
Hard on. Take a listen to this guy. This guy, his name is Adam Bender, but he goes by the name of Active Low. Adam has been coming to our open mics now for must be a year and a half, 2 years. He is one of the most amazing poets that has come to the North Shore Original Open Mic. Take a listen to his poem. It's called Rise from the Ashes. You got to listen to this guy.
I can't even say your name, bear to see your face. Hear it in my head, image can't replace. Everywhere I find, everything can trace. Choice I do not make, life I can't erase. Nothing I can do, everything reminds. Every single step, watching out for minds. Triggering a thought in between the lines. Sparks ignite, explode, fire into rhymes. And I hope I can rise from these ashes before I blow away, and find my missing pieces scattered throughout these remains. Hope if I just keep on writing, I'll find the words to say that'll get me on my feet again. A phoenix from the flames. I want to rise up. I swear I've had enough, and I don't know why it's so tough for me to get out of this rough. Don't want to give in, but it feels I just can't win, and I don't know how it begins, but just like that my head it spins. I can't take it, I'm breaking as it flows through my body, starts shaking, and I question every choice that I ever made, cause I swear that I wasn't mistaken. I can't shake it, no escaping. I can't lie, say it wasn't amazing, cause I gave it my all, and I wonder what's left but the pain that such love it has taken. And I hope I can rise from these ashes before I blow away, and find my missing pieces scattered throughout these remains. Hope if I just keep on writing, I'll find the words to say that'll get me on my feet again. A phoenix from the flames. I wanna let go, I do so I don't know why it's so hard to change the flow, and I just fall further below. I want to move on, but it seems it's never done. No matter how far I will run, because this feeling's never gone. I don't hope for, not waiting. Every second of this so frustrating. When everything brings me back to you, I'm trying and failing. There's no separating. I don't want to, I'm praying that I'll wake up with thoughts of you fading, but I can't get away. You're so stuck in my head, every moment together replaying. And I hope I can rise from these ashes before I blow away, and find my missing pieces scattered throughout these remains. Hope if I just keep on writing, I'll find the words to say that'll get me on my feet again. A phoenix from the flames. Hope I can rise from these ashes before I blow away, and find my missing pieces scattered throughout these remains. Hope if I just keep on writing, I'll find the words to say that'll get me on my feet again. A phoenix from the flames.
Wow. Thank
Cool
you so
stuff.
much, Adam. Beautiful song. Beautiful words. Active Low. Must admit, whenever he comes to our open mics, everyone, there's a hushed silence. You can hear a pin drop when he performs. And really poignant words. Thanks so much, Active Low. Come back again. Talking about great songwriters, that's Ray Lambier's. Everyone knows Ray is a fixture here on the line and acoustic music circuit, as well as in the city. And I was taking a look at his long and extremely respectful bio. And it was difficult to pull out aspects of his music that I wanted to have shine here. But I just want to mention that Ray began writing and performing his own songs as a teenager on Long Island. After traveling the college coffeehouse circus in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, he formed his first band and recorded Slow Dance Romeo. As far as I'm concerned, one of his best and well-written songs. I really love that song a lot. And I'm just looking at this huge and well-endowed bio that Ray has here. I can see songs that I really enjoy from his fall 2014 album, 20 Lies. His band includes Kenny Kosek from Jerry Garcia and James Taylor Band on fiddle, John Woodgren from Martina McBride. So, this songwriter has a storied past, and he has played with some of Long Island's best and most established musicians, including Mark Newman, Kate Corrigan, Cliff Hackford, Jack Gabus, great lead guitar player. His fourth full-length CD, Kid Bayonne, features 10 new songs that celebrate a range of Americana musical genres and stories that introduce listeners to a number of memorable characters. Ladies and gentlemen, take a listen to this beautiful song called The Train to Buffalo.
I pulled up my mask and with the other four waited by the creek for the locomotive's roar. And when we saw the smoke and heard the whistle blow, we rode out to rob the train to Buffalo. We broke free the baggage car, the papers would report. And when we blew the safe, they heard it back in Davenport. A fortune for the taking, silver, jewels, and gold. More than we could carry, more than we could hold. So we buried it to make our getaway. Off in the distance you could hear the bloodhounds bray. But soon the trail grew cold and they would never know who robbed the train to Buffalo. In a Texas town we kept in the clear and left our treasure hidden for more than a year. Then two of us got drunk one night in a saloon, and I asked if we'd be back to get the money soon. His eyes narrowed, his hand dropped to his side, and I knew the rest decided one of us should die. But we both drew fast and true, and as they cradled me, the last thing that I did was name the other three. If I was gonna die for robbery, they would pay as well for their treachery. In the end, there wouldn't be a thing to show when we robbed the train to Buffalo. 100 years have passed, still others fortune seek along these railroad tracks down below the creek. dreaming of the riches waiting to be found. But my advice would be leave it in the ground. And keep in mind the story you've been told. You can take the silver, but the devil gets the gold. I wish someone had told me this long ago, when we robbed the train to Buffalo. When we robbed the train to Buffalo. When we robbed the train to Buffalo.
That's cool. Yeah, love it.
Ray certainly does a good job in researching his songs. It's quite amazing. Excellent song, Ray. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We have enjoyed ourselves so much tonight. We've got one more performer. I want to just very quickly tell people that if you are interested in having your song be broadcast, streamed on this show, we would love to hear from you. Send your MP3 to noomradio1@gmail.com. The address is at the bottom of the screen, with a short bio, 3 to 5 sentences, and a picture, a photo, and we will endeavor to put your song on this show. And please don't forget to join Rich every Wednesday night as he hosts an online the North Shore Original Open Mic, which you can find on Facebook at the North Shore Original Open Mic or We Love Noom. It's just a great place to showcase your songs and to meet and hear other songwriters. So come and join Rich every Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can submit YouTube links as well if you've got videos of your songs.
Exactly. Yeah. So our final song group of songwriters for this Monday night, and we want to thank everybody for joining us in this second edition of Noom Radio, is the really fantastic and wonderful band Gathering Time. Gathering Time is a Long Island folk rock Americana harmony group made up of 3 excellent musicians, Stuart Marcus, Hilary Foxsong, and Jerry McKeveny, who have toured the US and internationally. They're best described as a rocked up Peter, Paul, and Mary, or a co-ed Crosby, Stills, and Nash with a bit of the Byrds and a lot of Joni Mitchell. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take away from the time that they're going to be performing. You can take a look at their website for some more information at gathering-time.com. But I'd like to showcase a song of Gathering Times tonight, sung by the lead singer is Hilary Foxsong, and the name of the song is called Keepsake. Ladies and gentlemen, Gathering.
I am a little skiff on a great dark sea, and the moon shining down isn't bright enough to light me. Down, 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 down in my heart. And the waves pick me up, and the waves put me down, and the wind that blows isn't enough to turn me around. Down, 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 down in my heart. And the fishes down below, and the seabirds up above, not a one of them will tell me what to do so far away from your love. I am tossed upon the shore, but I dive back in, and I do not care whether I sink or seabirds up above, not a one of them will tell me what to do so far away from your love. I can only see the surface, but the answer lies below, and I wait for you to tell me what I already know. I have everything I wanted, but it's nothing I can keep. So let me drift away, dear, where I can fall asleep. I am a little skiff on a great dark sea, and the moon shining down isn't bright enough to light me. Down, 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 down in my heart. Down, 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 down in my heart. Down, 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 down in my heart.
Just beautiful. Thank you so much. Gathering Time. Beautiful voice, Hillary. Fox songs. Just fantastic. Just loved it. Well, we've come to the end of another stream of Noom Radio. Along with my host, Rich Parr, we'd like to thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Toby Tobias, and we hope to see you all in a couple of weeks when we do this again. Rich, any parting words for our guests?
Well, it's been a great evening. I've loved all the music. It's been awesome, and thanks so much to everyone for listening in. Yeah, keep those suggestions and submissions coming in so we can carry on doing this. I'm sure we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time.
Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Take care.
Good night, everyone.